Well, let's speak now to Mohammed Shafiq from the Ramadhan Foundation, who joins us from Salford. Although Asian gangs aren't the predominant problem, they are a significant one. Do you agree?
Yes, I've been very clear, Tim, that if you look at the phenomenon of on-street grooming, a majority of the suspects and the people convicted of those crimes are of Pakistani origin. So that's one strand of child sexual abuse. On other strands of child sexual abuse, a majority are white. So it affects all communities. And what is not helpful is that when there is a mindset that wants to take political advantage from these issues, we must not allow them to do that. 80% of child sexual abuse is carried out by white men. Yep. 2/3 of the people represented in this report are white. And still we've got politicians and still we've got newspaper headlines saying it's a problem. But, you know, Tim, I've been very clear that there is a small mindset amongst those people who are convicted of child grooming are of Pakistani origin, and they have a lesser respect towards white girls. And I think that's abhorrent. It's wrong. We should treat white girls no different than we treat our own daughters and our own sisters.
Do you think, though, that Superelevitz has shied away from pointing that out? I mean, she should have made more of that issue.
I think this is a very good report. It's very thorough and sets out in detail what is happening across this country. You know, child sexual abuse is happening across all sections of our society. We've just had the saga of Jimmy Savile and the aftermath of the scandal around that. We've had questions about Cyril Smith. So, you know, across this country, there are children as we speak who have been abused and groomed. And we must stand together and attack that and confront it. But what we mustn't do is allow political opportunism from some politicians to try to jump on a bandwagon to demonise a particular community.
But is it, Mohammed Shafiq, opportunism when you just look at the statistics? So, of the offences committed by offenders, 43% of them were white, 33% of them were Asian, but the Asian population in this country is just under 7%.
Tim, I've been very clear that there is an overrepresentation when it comes to on-street grooming of Pakistani men. I don't think I can be any more clear.
No, I know, but you said it was opportunism by some media and some politicians. I'm querying whether it is opportunism when you look at the figures like that.
It is opportunism when you see politicians try to score political points like Baroness Warsi was just doing there about political correctness. You know, she didn't say any comments about the fact that most child abuse is carried out by white men. You know, we had, at the time of the Rochdale trial, we had a group of white people convicted of child sexual abuse in Edinburgh. I don't remember seeing any headlines in the newspapers or any coverage on the TV channels about that. So, yes, we've got a problem. We've got to confront it. And I think some of the work that we've done in the Ramadhan Foundation and other organisations are doing within the Pakistani community to tackle this. OK, so
just on that point, then, how are you going to confront it? How do you confront it? How do you make it completely unacceptable in that community that these things don't go on?
It is completely unacceptable that all the people I speak to in the community find abhorrent what has gone on. But there has been at times a culture of silence, people wanting to bury their heads in the sand. So community leaders have got to be more outspoken. We've involved in rolling out